Hi everyone and welcome to EV Rivals 4 Series 10 in Forza Horizon 5. This video is quite a bit overdue. The Rivals are up for quite some time now, but I've been quite busy with other Forza stuff, including Hot Wheels. So yeah, here I am in the Spark Odyssey on Airfield Cross Country Circuit. The usual drill for the Rivals, for monthly Rivals, is we do a couple of standing laps, then I do a couple of flying laps until I'm reasonably happy with the time I set. I always aim within 1% in this game, but how far in there I go depends on the track, the car, the rivals I get, and the whole combination of stuff and how much time I have as well. Now, I guess it's fair to say that the Extreme E we get to drive is probably the most divisive update in the history of Forza Horizon 5 so far. Some people say they absolutely love the cars and they are having a blast running them around the various tracks, while others say it's nothing short of absolute disaster and worst cars in the franchise history. Well, I don't think it's that bad, but obviously the fact that the 10 of them are identical and only differ in the number in the name and the base livery, so yeah, I guess that doesn't resonate too well with the community, but I can understand the reasons for it. I'm pretty sure this is driven by the licensing agreement with the Extreme E Championship, so I don't think that's much of Forza's fault in that. But in terms of cars themselves, they actually don't feel too bad on cross-country setting. They're quite at home here and are reasonably fun to drive. They're not super fast, but they're not slow either, so it's not too bad. What I have a problem with is when you try to take this car on any road, whether it's an asphalt road or a dirt road, that's when it feels really wrong. It's very slidey in any kind of road conditions and not really fun to drive. Now, being slidey is also very visible here in the cross-country setting. You can see the rear end tries to sleep all the time, but the front end grips pretty well, and it's, well, quite interesting that you can send it into the slide but then immediately throttle up and get the grip going, which means that on this track so far, and I think this trend will remain till the end, I've not been using brakes at all, not even once. It just lift off a little bit before the corner, send it into a somewhat controlled slide, and then smash the throttle to send these electric motors working and putting some grip into the tires, and off you go. I don't think that would work everywhere. I guess that's a feature of this track where all the corners are not sharp and kind of flow into each other, so you can actually do that, but it is interesting and not unpleasant to do in cross country. But again, as evident from the seasonal championships, even in dirt racing, that doesn't feel right anymore. And I didn't even try to compare these cars to other cars, but it kind of feels that the only setting where they would be competitive or good to drive is against other Extreme E cars, which is again not too bad considering you have 10 different models of this which are exactly the same. You can do some fun with the friends in terms of setting up a group championship for them, but outside, I don't think once this season is over, once the Series 10 is over, anybody will voluntarily jump into Extreme E vehicle. I think it's one of those cars that will be put on a shelf and collect dust somewhere in your garage. That is my opinion, so I don't think it's the worst cars at it. I don't think it's terrible at all, but I also don't think they provide sufficient engagement and fun or competitiveness to actually be used for a long time. Yeah, and that right now will be the last lap in this EV rivals for today. I'm racing against PURGE. I messed up quite badly in the beginning of the lap, but I don't feel like I want to do it for much longer, so I'm passing him here on the 4th lap and gonna call it a day. Well, I hope you enjoyed it, thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.